name of the new album is called Conquer. And how I came up with that title and that title track, Conquer, is actually through the title track of my first album. You know, because what happened is I started noticing that, you know, my song Emotional was kind of a lightweight joke, you know what I mean? That people would say, oh, why you being Carl Thomas right now? You being so Carl Thomas. Oh, you're emotional Carl Thomas, yada, yada, yada. And even I laughed because I thought it was hilarious. The more I thought about it, and the more that began to sink in, I started to realize that people we're living in such a callous age that people really don't know what they're saying when they speak against being emotional or expressing your feelings, you know, because the opposite, you know what I mean, the opposite of sensitive is insensitive. And we're creating a generation full of callous children. And the sad part about it is that we are such workforce robots. We are built, we have such a thick layer of skin on us that a lot of us have become desensitized without even knowing it. And myself, you know, I'm a victim of that. But sometimes, you know, my greatest prayer at night to God is, Lord, please don't let me destroy me. You know, save me from me, because I know how much I'm capable of messing up, you know. And I think that sometimes people really don't, they feel like the calluses that they've built, you know, around themselves is necessary, but they really don't understand what they are doing to themselves and how they are halting their growth, you know. So, you know, my thing in explaining Conquer is, you know, love has got to conquer all of that. You know, we have to use love as a sword, you know, to conquer all of that, to combat those things, to protect our kids in the community. These kids, they're creating Nintendo Wii and Xbox Connect because these kids can't even go outside anymore because of the callousness that's been created in our society. We're so afraid of somebody doing our kids harm or putting our kids in harm's way that literally I don't even think that people have noticed that they are that in the new frontier of America that they're building these communities and homes without sidewalks. So if you don't have a sidewalk, how are you going to know your neighbor? How are you going to get to know your community? You know, obviously, if everything is by design, somebody doesn't want it that way. I expect to make people smile with a lot of good Carl Thomas tours. I expect to, you know, I want to connect my conversation with people out there who are having the same conversation. You know, so one of the biggest things that I realized about I Wish is that I wasn't the only one having that conversation. There was a lot of other people out there that was having that same situation in one facet or another, you know. So I just really feel like if I have a purpose in my direction, then I can't help but to connect with the people. I can't help but to connect with the record buying public, because the record buying public is wives and mothers and fathers and sons and brothers and, you know, the very people that I'm talking to. You can definitely expect something from me in the spring. There are about 3 wonderful choices that I have right now for a first single. So I will, you know, I'm gonna have to get the assistance of the Singersroom to kind of help me out with that. You know what I mean? You guys, from what I can see, you guys are really good at picking records.
Great at picking records.
So, you know, I'm just really looking forward to that. You know.
I mean, we've been getting hit up 24/7. It's like, where's Carl Thomas? Where's Carl Thomas?
Yeah, you know, and let me tell you, I really appreciate, you know, the concern. I'm right here. I haven't gone anywhere. You know, I think the greatest blessing that I've had that is attributed to my longevity is my level of patience. You know, I've never tried to rush anything in my career, and I've always tried to allow things to come to me, you know, just as easy as they leave, to allow them to come just as easy, you know.
That's what's up. So what's next after this?
What's next for me is I think I want to dig into the notes that I've been taking for myself for the past 7 years and put them in some type of book form, you know. So I'll just be kind of, you know, I take notes every night, what happened to me that day. And the coolest thing about that is, you know, looking back, you don't even have to go that far. You can go 6 months back and just kind of check out what your mindset was and what you were doing or how you were feeling and what have you. And it really does tell the story, you know, when you have the patience enough to document it. You